Good evening. My name is Brightops, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Mechanicus. For those of you wondering, last time I did not get around to upgrading our tech priests. Simply because there was a cat who was bothering me at the time, and well, I kind of had to go and deal with that. But for those since then I've taken the time to actually do some upgrades. Starting with Lex Mechanic Grey Vested, we gave him some arm augmentations, which increases his max HP by a bit, by 2 points, and allows him a 20% chance to dodge. We also gave him a refractor field generator, so that he can also provide some shielding towards his allies, which will be useful in the future. We also upgraded Dominus Conrad. We gave him well, as it turns out, a new gas mask. Just if you look closely, one gas mask slash kind of head. He gains 2 additional HP, plus some energy armor. And sadly, we did not have enough Blackstone to upgrade Explorator Serious Armor. So he is still just as he was before. But yes, we've got a fair bit of new missions now, since, well, for starters, we have 2 boss targets we can work on, if we so chose. Though I have to admit I'm still kind of a little reluctant to do so. So I'm thinking we're going to go give Ro a bit of some attention because, well, to explain his mission. Damage sustained during warp transit forced our ship to vent much of its fuel reserves. Quartermaster Ro suggests acquiring a supply of isotopic material from the tomb of Agrolith for use as fuel. Which, I'm not sure what happens if we don't do this, but I feel like the ship having some fuel to work with is probably a good idea. And in return we get a healthy amount of Blackstone, and a rather interesting little ranged blaster, which we will definitely be making use of. Alright. You know what? We're gonna bring the Skitarii Ranger with us. We'll bring some Skitarii Rangers with us, because why the hell not? And let's see. Just swapping out some of the weaker stuff for stronger versions. Magos, stable orbit achieved and maintained. My thanks, Quartermaster. I would remain in geosynchronous orbit for the duration of this mission. Fuel reserves calculated. Continuous orbit probable but not certain. Additional fuel acquisition recommended. Attention required. Troublesome new Magos. The tanks are nearly empty. Supplies are low. Far from sufficient. Problematic in the extreme. How can our supplies be low? We only just arrived here, Quartermaster. Warp transit, less than satisfactory. New reports state cargo supplies vented to the void as a result of damage. Most unacceptable. Then what is our situation now, Quartermaster? Deploying armed force on hostile world is costly exercise. logistically complex. Running costs for the ship in orbits far from negligible. Crisis in isotomic fuel matter for the core reactors. Disappointment and frustration are flooding my neural vaults and require quarantining. I focus instead on a solution. Can you present one? The tomb of Agalith contains strong traces of radioactive decay. Supplies of necessary materials present. Request acquisition before material's half-life is expired. Seems like a worthy goal. We're going in to make sure that the big ship we're on doesn't run out of fuel and crash onto the planet. The tomb of Akalith isn't particularly welcoming, Magos. Are you certain it is worth the risk to go in? Our mission here cannot be fulfilled if the ship has insufficient fuel to stay in a stable orbit. Very well. I hope the quartermaster understands what missions like this cost. Cost of deployment less than value of resources acquired. Mission is mathematically justified. Well, when you put it like that... Alright. Ah yes, and because this is a normal difficulty mission, we have 2 points we have to go towards. Hurrah! Huh. Okay. You're planted, you're planted, you're planted. No, I can't hit that one. Now you might be wondering a little why I am moving into this position when, logically speaking, I could probably be a bit more use elsewhere. And the truth is, so I could set up a bit of a shield generator, which will hopefully be of use to us. In fact, we're going to be trying to set up 2 of the things. Just so that during this early push, we are not too badly damaged when we don't have our meat shields on the field to take bullets for us. Very good. Very good indeed. Actually, we'll summon the servitors for now. Since I don't particularly... Because the ranger... Not only does the ranger cost us a bit more in the way of cognition points than I would particularly want to pay at this early junction, but he might be a bit more useful against more serious opposition. And I would honestly rather not just throw him away needlessly. Position. Nice. Very nicely done. Turns out servitors can be useful sometimes. And we just critted that son of a bitch into the void. Good lord. Sending the servitors forward because, well, they're meat shields. It is their divine purpose in life to be absolutely wrecked. Sure we get our cognition points up so we can definitely take advantage of them. Nope, can't quite get a shot off. Not yet anyway. And just make sure that you don't get back up. Good, very good. Scan this last little bugger. I'm kind of hoping they don't have a clear shot. They do not. At least not on a tech priest. Which is absolutely perfect under the circumstances. Alright, we're sending him in. Send in the ranger. See what... Actually, we'll move here just so that way... Because this way we can at least guarantee that Sirius can push through. One dead. He's not down, but he's hurt. And sometimes that's what matters. Actually, you know what? We'll get a kill off, because at least then he's done. He's not shooting anyone. We don't have to worry about him. Wonderful. And we can just push forward. And since we took the time and effort to summon the Skitarii to the field, we might as well make use of him to finish off our enemy there. Or not. Though I will admit, I was kind of hoping we'd get to break that panel first. The cohort's rad sniffers are detecting potential traces of the target isotopes. The trail leads through a half-collapsed series of chambers, crumbling under the weight of the shifted landscape overhead. It may be perilous to pursue, but it could bring the cohort to their objective more quickly. C. Calculation. Survey the collapsed chamber before taking this route. It will not be quite as fast, but should mitigate the risk. Courage. Take the dangerous trail. It is worth the risk. Or caution. Take another way around. The mission will fail if the cohort is lost to the treacherous terrain. I'm inclined to go with a calculation since, well, courage, while valuable, I would rather try and go forward without losing people, and caution would just take too long. The cohort sizes up the stability of the chambers ahead before proceeding. Their field engineering experience tells them which parts to avoid, and while they do not make very fast progress, they emerge on the other side of the collapse unscathed. Their thoroughness also turns up a cache of rare elements unearthed by the upheaval. Let's see, cognition macro... So effectively we just picked up a piece of gear that if we were to strap it to a tech priest, just gives them by default a point of cognition. Wonderful. And we can afford to take a little bit of time. Ingenuity and observation above haste, Magos. Apply intelligence, solve problem. I like this guy. Let's see, erratic and illogical radiation readings are throwing off the cohort's ability to track the target isotopes. Let's see, we can advance at full speed, ignoring the readings. It will take too long to fix the scanners. We can pray to the Omnissiah to intercede on your behalf, or we can use science. Science! The cohort applies their tech lore to the rad sensors and determine the sensors are not the source of the problem, but a local source of radiation. They locate a cache of isotopic material, not the model they are seeking, but still valuable. Nice. Alright, let's try a ruin. Or a glyph. Let's see, what... If I recall correctly, I think this was a good one? No, it was not. Oh wait. I'm stand corrected, was a good one. We actually, instead of... I thought when I saw a cohort with a health thing, I thought naturally it was a negative one, but it's actually healed Servitor for 3 health. Not bad. Alright. Awakening level 2. A sudden radiation spike has turned this part of Agilith's tomb into a dangerous hot zone. A pair of Skitari lie in the zone, evidently having been overcome by the rad levels. It is sacrilegious to leave them there unrecovered, but the area may be too hazardous to do anything. Let's see... We can commemorate the dead, which is just pray for the dead and leave them where they are. Cremate the dead, burn the bodies, or we can bring back the dead, attempt to recover the bodies. I would rather not go into a radiation hot zone, and... Well... I'm not entirely sure what happens to because keep in mind, Skitari are effectively... They're not, maybe not as augmented as a tech priest is, but they're still fairly heavily augmented. I don't know what happens if you set that on fire. So, pray and leave them be. Well-reasoned choice, Magos. When the spirit is neglected, the body falters and the mind is corrupted. The dead cannot be recovered, at least not yet, but their passing can be marked. The cohort prays for the dead to merge with the collective mind of humanity and become one with the Omnissiah. They take solace from the simple act of respecting their dead, and move on with greater spiritual strength. Okay. You know what? Let's just finish this. I'd rather not push the awakening too far. And we've already gotten a fair bit more out of this tomb than we would otherwise. Okay, we have a scan and destroy mission. We're bringing the whole squad into the field, because it seems like a good idea to do. Okay, first things first, let's have a quick look at you. Not necessarily the best I was hoping for, but we can make do with it. By sending someone else to go and pick him off. Alright. Let's just gather a few more cognition points just to make sure that we're all good. Alright. First things first, scan. Get Blackstone. Nice. Admittingly also summon additional enemies. But there are multiple things here. Might as well get a shield up, prepare our little servitor friend so that he's at max health. And here, better swing. Didn't quite break it. Oh well. Okay. Now how are we gonna... Actually, simple enough. We'll send Sirius to kill this thing. I'm not completely sure what it does, but I'd rather not find out. It be dead, and the world is glad to be rid of it. Collecting, nice. Make sure you stay dead while also collecting another point of cognition. No, that is a bad idea. At least from that angle. Let's see, can we get away? Yes, we can. Alright. First things first, let's see if we can get rid of you. No. Not quite, anyway. Second thing. Destroyed. At least one is dead. And now we've got some presence on the next. First thing. There goes the panel. Second. Dead Necro. Third. Though I'm not going to scan this one yet. At least not right now. We'll move him back there just so that we can take this Necron out with the Servitor. And avoid our range if we're getting shot. Moving forward, take some pot shots. Just an everyday occurrence. One shot, two shot. And oh. Well, we might as well just scan and pick up the point. Because apparently we can't scan a dead Necron. Disappointing. Just disappointing. Alright, let's kick this party off. Because I'm fairly certain once we get this going, another Necron's going to appear. Why, it's almost as if I could see the future. Well, at any rate, let's break a panel. If nothing else, it charges up the machine spirit of the weapon. Quick jab, make sure it's dead. Then charge forward to make sure this little man does not have a good day. And a quick scan just to pick up an extra point of cognition, because why the hell not? By the power of shielding, we stand. move the servitor up. Make sure you die, so they are not going to be a problem in the near future. And then open fire. Wonderful. Unfortunately, it appears that our servitor is blocking the way. I thought there was more room on this thing. Turns out I was wrong. Oh wait, we broke that thing, didn't we? That is more than acceptable. And we can even heal up our tech priest, because why not? No having to spend Blackstone on this. Okay. Let's scan it, see what we get. Oh, victory is ours. I was fully expecting that we would have to finish that last Necron off. Mission complete. The cohort locates a cache of ingots forged from a rare isotope by some unknown Necron method. They are able to take this rare bounty back to the tomb entrance for processing into fuel for our ship. You have your supplies. Is the fuel situation improved? The fuel is good. The rest, not so good. I anticipate further requests for action in maintaining mission optimal supply levels. Undoubtedly, no army survives without supplies. Supplies not in the habit of walking into our hold. Then I am sure I will hear from you again soon, Quartermaster. Alright, the tech priests have no damage. I'm fairly certain because we brought Skitari back perfectly fine, we also got our Blackstone back. And we gained a hell of a lot of Blackstone from this mission altogether. Very nice indeed. Let's see, we also got Litany of the Electromancer. The next 6 attacks will ignore all armor. That is a good one to have. Prayer of Titanium. It's +3 energy armor for 1 round. Your hand shall be the Omnissiah's hand, and with it he shall break the teeth of the enemy. Good. Now let's see. Now we don't have to worry about Ro, he seems to be quite content as is, but first... Yeah, I thought so. Because apparently that there is a... Yes, I was told that if you hit space you could see this, and that he starts giving missions once you go beyond 20% awakening. I was unaware of this before. So we'll have to give this guy a shot next time. Because, not gonna lie, he's providing some halfway decent gear, and I'm kind of curious to see what he has to offer. Where that goes. But first, let's do some upgrading. Let's see, head or... We'll give him some head armor. We'll upgrade his head a bit to give him a bit more health and a bit more armor to physical attacks. Okay, next on the list. See, Sacred scanners have less of a cooldown. This isn't a bad thing for him. And combined with the little item that that allows him to just collect a random cognition point, it means that our Lex Mechanic is able to send out his little server skull pretty much, I'm fairly certain, nearly every turn at this point. I think that's what that means. Oh wait, no. Scanners. We'll see in a bit. We'll come back to that. It might be talking about a different item altogether, but we don't know. Let's see, Energy Enhancers cost 1 less cognition point to use. Let's see, Energy Enhancers. Do we have that yet? No, it does not appear that we actually have the item they're referring to. Although, let's see, what have we got? We're gonna trade out our arc rifle for the phosphor blaster. Costs a little bit more to use, but we'll see what it does. We'll see how this goes. We'll also give him the item that allows him to increase cognition points because, well, we kind of need it. But yes, that is our cohort upgraded for now. Until next time, my name is Brightops, and I look forward to hearing from you.